solve the system. This is our system of equations. Notice it has two equations, but three unknowns. There are three variables, but only two equations. Since there are more variables than equations, we say this system is dependent. This is a dependent system, and we expect an infinite number of solutions. But how do you describe an infinite number of solutions? First, eliminate one of the variables in the system. We're going to go ahead and choose the y, so I multiply the first equation by a 2, the second equation by -5. Here's the result. Combine like terms, and notice the y's have been canceled out. They've been eliminated. Now solve for the x. So we solve for the x by getting the x by itself, and this is what the x is. X equals all of this. Notice that x is in terms of z. In other words, we're describing the x using the z. Now that you found what the x is in terms of z, do a substitution. Let this replace one of the x's in the original equations. We're going to go ahead and choose the first equation. So this is where we're going to replace the x in terms of z. So this is going to change. This will stay the same. We're going to replace it with this. So this is where the x used to be. The rest is the same. Now solve for y. So get the y by itself. So you collect like terms, you get your common denominator, simplify as much as you can. Finally, we have a common denominator. Now divide both sides by a -5. So that cancels a -5 from this side. But what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So I divide the other side of the equation by a -5. Finally, we have the y by itself. But we could even simplify some more. Simplify as much as you can. Keep simplifying. Finally, we get y equaling all of this. So y is described in terms of z. Now we have the x and the y being described in terms of z. Now write your solution. This is where the x would go, the y, and the z. So this is what the x equals, this is what the y equals, and the z just stays as a z. This is called a general solution. This can produce an infinite number of solutions just by replacing the z by a number. So replace it by one number and that gives you a solution. Replace it by another number, that gives you another solution.